everybody, this is Keith Gleason with Indie Comic Relay, and I'm back with another comic review. This week I am doing the whole mini-series, The Dollhouse Family. Before I get into the review, another quick reminder that my Indiegogo for the Mighty Mascots issues 4 through 6 is still live on In Demand, and you can still get in and pre-purchase and get all the issues and all the perks for free, or not for free, but like before everybody else. So yeah, definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the description. So this week I am doing a review of the Dollhouse Family. It's a part of DC. It's a Black Label book. It's part of the Joe Hill House comics. So that's why I was figuring it kind of qualifies as like independent. And it's the creative team is Mike Carey, Peter Gross, and Vince Locke. I gotta say, I freaking love this comic. I waited until I had all 6 issues before I sat down and read them. But as I started reading number 1, I really got into it. And I ended up, by the time I read number 2, I ended up putting all my other comics aside just so I could finish the entire miniseries. It was that good. It's one of those stories, it's, you look at the cover and you see the Dollhouse Family and you're like, oh, it's going to be like a haunted dollhouse or some kind of weird horror comic. But it's a little bit of that, but it's one of those stories you just start reading and the twists and turns, you don't know where it's going at any given point. And it's just great. I mean, I don't know if you're a fan of Mike Carey. I am personally. He used to do a lot of stuff for Vertigo. He did the first Lucifer series when Sandman had its first offshoot. And I think that series went for like 80 issues, and it was a brilliant run. I'd say if you haven't read it, pick up. They have the 3 trades of it that collects the entire run. It's almost every bit as good as the Neil Gaiman Sandman run. And he also did another series called The Unwritten, which I haven't read, but I guess it's the same art team as well that's on this book, which is Peter Gross and Vince Locke. So, highest recommendation for the Dollhouse Family. It's basically about, without giving too much away, it's about a little girl that receives a dollhouse as part of a will. And you kind of follow her through her life as she goes from being a kid to being an adult, and how this dollhouse kind of weaves in and out of her life. And there's also other storylines going on. I don't want to get into it too much. There's like a family of, I guess, dolls living in the house, and they talk to her, and it goes, trust me, it goes on these long tangents, and if I get into the story, it will ruin it. But trust me, it was one of these books, I couldn't put it down, and like I said, I put all my other comics aside to read it. So, highest recommendation. If you can't find the singles, I imagine they're going to put this in a trade paperback shortly. And they left it wide open for more. So hopefully the Hill House comics will continue. And out of all the Hill House comics that have come out, I think so far this has been the best one. I'm going to do a review of the other ones at some point down the road. But I was really impressed with this. It's not often that I read a comic and it pulls me in like that, and it's totally original, and it's also, you don't know where it's going at any given point, which is awesome. So, highest recommendation, definitely check this one out. And then so that's it for this week. Join me and Johnny. We'll be back next week with another live stream talking with more Indiegogo creators. Join us, join us in the chat with your questions. That's always appreciated, questions and comments. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And hit the bell for notifications so you know when we go live. It just helps us build up an audience and get more with the YouTube analytics or whatever. They're I don't know what the word is, but anyways, it just helps. so definitely join us, and we'd love to have you as a subscriber. And if you have any suggestions for comic reviews, if I have the books or if I plan on getting them, I definitely would take a look at them and review them for the channel. So thanks again, everybody, and have a great week.